Hello, everyone. I'm entitling this Google Hangout Mobile Responsive Websites for Attorneys. And I think it's a very important issue, especially for attorneys, because a lot of attorneys don't control their own websites. They have a website that's being controlled by another company. And sometimes they've been with that company for a long, long period of time, and nothing has changed with their website. Isn't upgraded to be mobile responsive. What a mobile responsive website is a website that reconfigures for handheld devices. So if you have a tablet or a smartphone, then the website will reconfigure for that. And it has to be, certain things have to be, it's easy for it to be done, but it's something that does need to be done. On the set today. Hold on, let me bring myself back here. I'll have to share my screen with you. Sorry about that. I pushed the wrong button again. So let's, I'll share my screen with you, and I'll show you where I found this at today. If you just type in USA Today, I think it's on USA Today's website, and right there it is. Google shakes up ranking systems for mobile. And if you read through the article, in fact, there's even a link in this article where you can find out if your site is mobile friendly. Just type it in right there, and you'll analyze it and give you back the results. And the reason Google's doing this is because they understand so much of the traffic is coming from mobile devices, and they don't want to, lose search because so many sites aren't friendly for mobile devices. So they don't want people to not search. And what Google is, if Google is anything, they are very well. They're very able to bring back the results people are looking for, and that's why they are Google. That's why they are number one. That's why I'm a big fan of Google. I would highly recommend, if you're not on Google, to get there as fast and as quickly as you can. Google Local, Google Organic, use Google Hangouts, use Google Gmail, 100% Google, because they are the name of the game. You can see here just on this simple graph right here, which is a pretty short graph in time, from 2013 or June 13th or June 2013 to December of 14, how much this has climbed. It's massive, the amount of how people are actually starting to use their mobile devices more than the desktop computers. And as you scroll down here and you read a little bit further, I want to show you something that's very interesting to me that I found. There's a lot of interesting information, but I don't want to go over it because it's going to be time consuming and boring. But it says right here, if you have a low budget or limited resources, you might want to look into a friendly content management system, CMS, like WordPress. How many attorneys don't have WordPress? I see it all the time. So you have this content management system that is so easily converted to mobile friendly because of the fact that it has plugins that can help that happen very quickly. But let me go. I talked about this in my last video, but I want to talk about it again. If you just type in, is it WordPress? There's a site here where you can test and see if your site is WordPress right here, and you just type it in right there, and there you can type your domain in and click and see if it's WordPress. And if it's not WordPress, I'd highly recommend. There's a couple other things about WordPress that I'm finding too. There's some plugins that you can go to. Let me go to apple.com. If you go to apple.com and you look at this site, you see how this graphic goes from one side of the page to the other side? This is what they call Billboard, or it's the new kind of style. A lot of attorneys are starting to use this. A lot of sites they've done a lot of research on it, and I guess people like to see this huge picture. And that's a plugin. Versus just going to a site with I'll just go back to USA Today, where see how much narrower this is. It doesn't go from side to side. It's all within this framework right here. That's a plugin. That's all being done through WordPress. So if you haven't got a WordPress site, you need to check it out. Very easy to check out, and you probably need to upgrade. A lot of times people are with these big companies. They get a website and they don't keep track of it and they don't upgrade it. So obviously with Google downgrading if you're not friendly for mobile search, and also with the new ways that websites are being designed with this billboard a look like the one I just showed you with Apple, it's certainly within your best interest to go to the best platform you can have. And of course, that's WordPress. The other thing I want to talk about real quickly is Google Local. Let me see if I can bring myself back here, get rid of all this stuff. If I just go in for a search here, and I'm in San Diego, so let's just do San Diego attorneys. San Diego personal injury attorney, we bring that up. What I'm speaking of is I'm speaking of these results right here, and these are all local companies. If you look, every one of these attorneys is San Diego, San Diego, San Diego, San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. If you look down here a little bit further, there's some other companies like FindLaw, of which if you click on FindLaw, you're going to see a list of attorneys, but FindLaw by itself is never going to be in this list because they're a national company, and Google's trying to bring back good results for, so they know if I'm in San Diego and I'm looking for a personal injury attorney because I got an auto accident, they're going to want these results to be clicked on and not these results, because these results could bring me to attorneys in other parts of the country, or attorneys maybe in San Diego, but because it's not a local company, it's going to be a national company, you're not going to get in this Google Local. So this Google Local is very, very important. I'll show you if I just get rid of San Diego, and let's just put in Denver, then you're going to bring in Denver companies. So you always want to be in this Google 7-pack. It seems like before Google got so good with search, other companies were trying to become de facto search engine companies, so they created huge websites that if you got your name on that website and so anyone or something that had to do with law, they would type in that website, and obviously all the content there and all the lawyers there, you know, would be a place where people would be looking for it. Now people are going straight to Google to look for that information. So you want to be on Google as much as possible, in every possible place you can be in Google. So those are things that, you know, definitely someone should consider. I talked about this a little bit last time, and I will continue to talk about it because for attorneys, it's very important. It's very important to be found on Google. It's very important to be found locally, and it's going to make your business better. It's going to make your practice more profitable, and it's definitely going to bring about something that, you know, if actually your website is an extension of you and your business. And if you sell your business, you can sell your website along with the business. So if you own the website, you own the domain, it's a WordPress site, everything is within your control, it goes along with your, it's an asset actually, as opposed to being an asset for somebody else. Not to mention the fact that the longer your domain is online, the more valuable it becomes. So here every day you're building goodwill with your website. You want to have control over that. You want to be able to be the profiter of that, you know, of those resources, not have it be in the control of somebody else. So anyway, I put my information down here. Any questions, give me a call. Make sure your site's WordPress. Make sure it's mobile responsive. And obviously it's big news right now, so everybody's probably heard about it. And in the meantime, like I say, if you need assistance or if there's anything that I can answer a question, please feel free to call me. Thank you very much.